buds, Tasty Travels here, fresh back in Texas from Italy. I filmed a lot of videos for you guys, but I didn't film a lot of vlog content. Personally, I was kind of in this struggle of being present and not being present. So just a quick life update. Day 2 of my 3-week trip, I ended up dropping my phone into one of the canals in Venice, and my phone and $100 that I put in the phone case and all the pictures I had and contacts and everything is sitting somewhere in the bottom of a canal in Venice. Being a social media manager, not having my phone is a huge factor for me because, you know, that's my work, my clients, connecting with people back home, being able to post regular updates for you guys. It was devastating. I'm not gonna lie, I cried a little bit. I stood waist deep in disgusting canal water just to attempt to try to get my phone back by putting my feet into the murky water because I didn't want to accept the fact that it was gone. But after the shock kind of wore off, I realized, you know what, it's not coming back. I should just accept that fact and move forward. And for the next 3 weeks, it forced me to be really present. My friend made a funny comment and said, you know, the benefit of you having lost your phone is I get your undivided attention for the next 2 weeks until your mom brings your other phone when she comes to visit. And it's true, because in this day and age, you'll probably never get someone's complete undivided attention for that amount of time. We had time to just absolutely connect and talk, and we already really know each other because we've been best friends for 20 years, but get to know each other even more and just really focus on being present in the moment. So I didn't film a lot of vlog content, but I was kind of just busy enjoying my life. So here we are, a couple weeks later. So I just wanted to give you guys that kind of update. Back in Texas, back to working. So that's kind of all the life update that I have, you guys. Italy was super, super fun. We went to Florence, Cinque Terre, Venice, saw Pisa for a little bit, went to Naples, the Amalfi Coast, Sorrento, Positano, Amalfi, and then all the way back up to Rome. Our parents flew there, met there for a couple days. Then we went to Paris for a couple days, went back to Rome, flew back home. It was so much fun. My biggest takeaways from Italy is the style out there is fantastic. People take style risks that they would never take here in the States. The food is so fresh and so simple. I'm talking like 2-3 ingredients for a dish. Serving size is like this big. And you walk everywhere. Public transportation is amazing. That was actually a really cool experience for me. So I wanted to jump into this week's topic, and it's a tough one. I've had a lot of conversations as of late about vulnerability, and you know, of course, when vulnerability comes up, anyone that does personal development or TED Talks or anything like that is familiar with Brene Brown. I've heard her talk on Oprah's Super Soul Sunday, and I recently just watched her Netflix special on courage, vulnerability, and shame. Brene Brown talks about being in the arena. It's a quote that she had quoted from Teddy Roosevelt about it doesn't matter what the critics say. What matters is the opinion of the person in the arena, the person covered in blood, sweat, and tears, willing to fail over and over again in front of other people. And she talks about being in the cheap seats, the nosebleeds, the audience. There are millions of cheap seats available and occupied by the world, and there are very few willing to take big risks and live big in the arena for other people to criticize. And I know a lot of people who make it their full-time job to criticize and put other people down and to live in misery and make snarky comments to people that are just trying to live. And over the past couple months, I've had a lot of conversations with friends who are stepping into new relationships or currently communicating in their relationships, and they don't know how. They don't know how to open up. They don't want to get hurt. Nobody wants to get hurt. Everyone wants to feel love, but no one wants to get hurt. And what I hear a lot from people is, you know, it's easy for you because you've been in a long-term relationship now, and you know he's not going anywhere, so you're not afraid of getting hurt anymore. And I said, well, that's not fair, because I was once in your shoes. I was once faced with the dilemma of, should I open up? Should I proceed? Should I let people in? Because he could very well leave, and he will leave with my biggest, deepest, darkest secrets to share to the world, or, you know, my biggest failures and my biggest insecurities. And you allow someone that power to just tell everybody. You don't know if they're gonna blast it on Facebook or make a YouTube video about it or anything like that. You don't know. And that's something that you kind of just have to face, you know. And she talks about stacking vulnerability with trust. It's kind of a stepping stone thing where you expose yourself a little bit and see if you can trust them, and expose yourself a little bit more and see if you can trust them, and expose yourself a little bit more and see if you can trust them. It's not something just like, you know, hi, I'm Alicia and here's my deepest, darkest secret. People nowadays are afraid to be vulnerable. That's why you have the dating culture of, you know, we hook up, we hang out, but we're not exclusive, and we're not really in a relationship, but, you know, we're not really dating anyone else either. Everyone's afraid to take that step because everybody's afraid to get hurt. I wanted to share some stories with you of where vulnerability plays in my life. So to me, if you had met me, I want to say 6 or 7 years ago, because it's been a little while now. But if you had met me 6 or 7 years ago, I was afraid of being vulnerable. I was the shy girl who would rather stand in the background, not have a conversation with anybody, not open up with anybody because I didn't trust anybody, and nobody was allowed in my circle because anybody allowed in my circle would hurt me. I didn't take criticism easily. I cried a lot, still do. But I cried a lot, and everything anybody said hurt me because everybody's opinion was a reflection of my self-worth. And to a certain extent, it still gets to me. You know, I'm not perfect. It still gets under my skin. But my skin is a lot tougher these days. And I honestly just stopped giving a fuck. So here we are. I'm here to talk to you about vulnerability. Vulnerability to me is putting myself out there and making these YouTube videos for you and posting content on Instagram, posting photos that may be risque, or posting photos that are open to other people's judgment for hundreds, thousands, millions of people to see and criticize. People that will rather go to their friends, people that lurk on my page, stalk my page, and talk to their friends about, oh, she looks so this, oh, she looks so that, oh, I can't believe she would post something like that. And you know what? I don't really give a fuck. If you do not have the balls to take the risks that I take in life, and if you do not have the balls to put yourself out there for people to criticize and throw stones at, then I don't care what you have to say. And for everyone out there who wants to live in the cheap seats and would rather sit on the sidelines so that you can laugh at other people taking the risks, I will wave to you from the bottom of the arena. I will stand there tall, covered in blood, sweat, and tears, knowing that I took that risk. I lived my life to the fullest, open to criticism, open to disapprovement, open to carving a new path for the generations that come after me. One of my dreams and goals one day is to have someone generations down from me, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren, if I ever have children, you know, great-grandnieces, whatever, great-grand-cousins. I want them to look at me one day and say, Alicia, great-aunt, cousin, grandma, Alicia, carved the path that no one was willing to carve, took the criticism that no one was willing to face, and broke away so that I could live the life that I wanted to live today, so that I could do what I wanted to do without fear, without judgment, and without people shaming me. I want to make that path for people, but you know what you have to do to make that path? You have to be vulnerable, and you have to take the criticism, and you have to take the rocks that people throw in their words and in their actions, and you have to be brave, and you have to do that for them. And if that inspires somebody out there to take that risk, to make that jump, to start that new job, to start that new relationship, then my life is complete. That's all I want, is someone to be inspired, to inspire people to take those risks that other people aren't willing to take. And if not for you, then your kids. And if you can't see that, and all you can see is a rebel soul who never listens to what her parents say or doesn't live within societal norms, well then fuck it. So be it. If that's what you think of me, then I don't care. Because out there, if I can just affect one person, then all of that is worth it. If you would rather spend every free moment that you have worried about me, then go ahead, waste your time. Because I can guarantee you, I do not spend any minutes of any day thinking about you. I'm too busy living my life, and I encourage you to do the same. But to everyone out there who's afraid to take that risk, People are going to talk shit no matter what. If you fail, if you succeed, if you move, if you don't move, if you do your hair, if you don't do your hair, if you do your makeup, if you don't do your makeup, if you care about the way you look, if you don't care about the way you look, it does not matter what you do. People are going to talk about you anyway. You might as well give them something to talk about. People love to talk about other people. When they have nothing better to do and nothing better to talk about, they love to talk about people. So this is my message to you guys. Just be vulnerable, be weird, have no shame, live your life, put yourself out there. And whether the results are good or bad, believe me when I tell you, it just feels good to feel things, just to feel alive. Humans feel sad. They feel happy, they feel depressed, they feel anxious, they feel surprised. That's just who you are. Life, if it was just all good things all the time, all good things happen to you all the time, everything always went your way, and everything was always perfect. Do you know how boring that would be? You would never appreciate the highs of life if you've never seen the lows. I am so grateful for the life that I currently live because I've seen what it's like on the other side. I've been in toxic relationships. I've been in toxic friendships. I've had shitty jobs. I've lived a joyless life, a monotonous life on the rat wheel, trying to make somebody else happy, trying to get other people to approve of the life that I'm living. I've seen that, and I'm telling you, there's another way. There's other lives. It's okay to expose yourself to failure, and the next relationship that you're in or the next breakup that you go through is just leading you to better things. And I would rather be happy and alone than miserable in a shitty relationship. Or I would rather be happy working 80 hours a week for myself as an entrepreneur than working 40 hours a week at a job that I hated. It's worth the risk of putting yourself out there. All right, guys, thank you so much. I can't tell you enough how much I really appreciated you guys tuning in and listening and putting up with all my shit, because some of these videos are kind of long sometimes. I appreciate you. You're great. Keep fucking killing it, and I want to hear your stories. Message me, comment below. What are you going through? What are you conquering today? What are you kicking ass at today? Me getting up and going to the gym in the morning sometimes is my only victory for the day, and that's okay too. Sometimes just waking up, making sure the dishes are clean today is my only victory for the day. I'm not here to judge you. We each have our own struggle. Let me know what yours is. But that's where I find myself being vulnerable and having the courage to step up to the plate, not knowing what the outcome will be. And for some people right now, that's stepping into a new relationship, opening up and telling them I love you first, and taking that risk of them not saying it back. So don't be afraid. Take that first step, apply for that promotion, apply for that job, have those hard conversations with people, because life is built on hard conversations. You think the relationship that Sho and I have and that deep trust that we have in each other is from lack of hard conversations? I can't tell you how many difficult conversations we've had about, you know, these are my dreams, these are the things that bother me, this is what I see myself doing in the future, this is who I see myself with in the future. Are you in or are you not in? Here's your chance to leave. Because no one wants to expose themselves to their bare bones. But nothing can grow unless you become vulnerable and you have courage to let other people in. Just like this channel. You guys wouldn't watch this if I didn't tell you guys, if you guys didn't want to tune in and learn about who I am and what my journey looks like and where you can relate and where you can grow. If I was just this fake, positive, joyous person who never experienced any life issues, how could you trust me? How could you know that I understand your pain because I've been through it too? How could you know that I can relate to your problems unless you know what I've been through and the things that I've undergone, so that you know that I come from a place that has been through it, so I understand. So to wrap it up with you guys, I would rather learn the pain of heartbreak than to miss out on the joy of feeling loved. Because I'm telling you guys now, just the joy of feeling love and the joy of feeling freedom, time freedom, job freedom, life freedom, those highs are worth the pains of the lows, the criticism, the heartbreak, the rejection. Putting yourself out there is just, I know it hurts. It hurts so bad, but I'm telling you, the highs are so worth it. To find the love of your life, your soulmate, your partner, your dream job, all those things are so worth it on the other side of that risk. And if that means you have a handful of people that wish negative things upon you, can't wait until you get yours, can't wait to see you fail. If that's what it takes, then bring it fucking on. Because I'm here. I'm here to hold your hand, to tell you that it's worth it and you're gonna make it out the other end of this. And I'm here to tell you, you are fucking strong. And it does not matter what anybody else thinks. It does not matter how anybody else feels. But it matters who you are, how you feel, and that you live with good intention and with integrity. That's all that matters. And for anybody out there hoping to see me fail and waiting and watching to see me fall on my face, I'm here. And I'm gonna tell you, I am going to fall on my face a lot. And I'm gonna make mistakes and I'm gonna fail. But I can also guarantee you, I will get up, I will rise. And the only change that's gonna change is I'm gonna get stronger and I'm gonna get better and I'm gonna still be kind, because I don't care what you think. And I don't care how you feel. I should live my life. And I will lift other people up to stand up against people like you too. And I don't care. I will be the change. So here's my message on vulnerability. Here is me putting myself out there and showing you guys that it's okay to show who you are. It's okay to let people in. Here I am. All right, YouTube, thank you so much for letting me rant it all out and get it all out there. I don't know when I'm gonna put my next video together. Each video seems like it's a surprise, honestly. If you guys have any questions, if you need help, if you just want someone to hold your hand through it all, I am here for you. Like I share on my Instagram, I speak who I am through and through. You are strong. You are invincible. You have a great support system. And if you don't, reach out to me because I will be your support system. You got this. Take that risk. Be vulnerable. Let people in. And just live. All right, guys, as always, keep designing your very best life. Bye.